K-pop has been on a meteoric rise for the last few years. It went from a niche music genre to attaining global mainstream popularity. The rise of K-pop, however, did not happen overnight. Acts like BoA and TVXQ helped establish K-pop overseas in markets like Japan. Second-generation artists such as Big Bang, Super Junior, Girls' Generation, 21 and many more would solidify K-pop's hold within Japan and expand to places like China and Southeast Asia. Third-generation acts, especially Blackpink and BTS, would take the already established K-pop to global mainstream. As these two acts attained more and more success, many of their fans would turn into devoted K-pop fans in general, thus increasing the popularity of K-pop, and K-pop would reach its magnum opus under their peak popularity period, with sales increasing all around and profits for K-pop companies skyrocketing. Not to mention the unimaginable chokehold K-pop had / still has in streaming and music video views. But not all times last, and everything good must one day come to an end. In the last year or so, I've seen the overall popularity of K-pop drastically decline. The hype just isn't there anymore or nearly as strong as it once was. The overall sales of K-pop groups are declining. Look at Aespa's first day sales. Their new album sold around half of what their peak album did. Comparing the overall sales of their last two albums compared to the one prior is saddening. Their third EP My World sold over 2.1 million copies, but their last EP sold only 1.3 million copies in Korea. This trend of losing hundreds of thousands of sales can be seen in almost all other K-pop groups. Ateez's album sales also plummeted. They once would attain a million seller with ease, but now they struggle to sell half the amount. Their last three EPs sold over a million copies each, but their second full album that was released after those EPs sold only 500,000. Moreover, the charting decline in Billboard 200 with their last few albums is just depressing. TXT and Enhypen's album sales also plummeted. They lost millions of album sales, and TXT, who once went number 1 in the Billboard 200, struggles to go top 3 now. Moving away from sales, the views of music videos aren't as impressive as they once were. Songs would hit tens of millions of views within hours, but now they struggle to amass that success in days. Only a select few top-tier groups can still attain this now, and many once popular groups fails to achieve this feature. With the decline of sales, views, and chart performance, one might ask why this is happening. Well, I can allude to a couple of reasons. One being that K-pop skyrocketed to its peak during the COVID lockdown days, in which everyone was forced home. They had quite a lot of free time during which they could dig deep into K-pop. As the pandemic days are over and times are returning to normal, people just don't have enough time to care about K-pop, or they are losing interest in it since it was just a mere getaway for them during the lockdown. Another reason that deals more with the decline of album sales is the severe inflation that is omnipresent in many countries, with people just not having enough extra cash to buy albums. Moreover, the economic woes of China, who heavily contribute to album sales, is also hindering the performance of album sales. One additional reason is that the two biggest acts in K-pop, BTS and Blackpink, are on hiatus. As touched upon prior, those two groups helped globalize K-pop. As their popularity grew, many of their fans converted into overall K-pop fans. However, with those two groups now gone for years and unlikely to return until 2025, many of their fans left, contributing to the overall decline of K-pop. So to finally answer my question, is K-pop dying? Yes, and it's due to a multitude of factors. I believe K-pop has already reached its peak. However, I do think that K-pop will rise once again. Maybe not in this generation, but in the future, when another group reaches BTS or Blackpink's global success and brings forth another golden age of K-pop. Of course, K-pop will always be here. Maybe not as popular as it was in the last few years, but still popular, and it will always be present as long as it has dedicated fans like you and me. With this, it sums up the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.